So how, I don't want to sound like the guy from Jerry Maguire, but help me help you. I say that a lot, but there are, you know, the competition is fierce in PR. I mean, there are 50 people just like me across the state trying to do what I do for Virginia, 49. And then there are, you know, huge mega destinations that, you know, you really have to impress. You got to come with your A game to get in the door with these journalists. And some of the things that, you know, people are always asking me about, and then I'm always asking, you know, the CDBs about, and they're always asking you about, are the following. And it's, number one is new, new, new. What's new? What's new? Do you have any new hotels? Do you have any new restaurants? And I'm not talking about an IHOP or Applebee's, nothing against them, but they want, like, oh, we've got a brand new chef, and, you know, has a rooftop garden, and, you know, this is his grandmother's recipe, and, you know, he brought it back from the old country, and they want something that is above and beyond, over the top, that all of us are looking for in our vacation. They want unique. So on top of new, it's unique. And I kind of hate that word, but I don't hate it, but it's just overused, I guess, and I'm guilty of overusing it. But authentic, something that gets people to sit up and take notice. And everybody has got these unique things within your destination, within your county, and sometimes we take them for granted because we're like, yeah, I mean, yeah, there's a 90-inch screen TV in every room at the Hyatt. What's the problem? I mean, but that, I'm going to take a picture of me next to that TV before I leave, and I will post it to Twitter and Facebook because I think it's a kind of big deal. No pun intended, but. So just how can you dig out those little tiny, it could be anything. It could be somebody who works in your hotel who's worked there for 50 years, and they speak 16 different languages, and you got to dig out those nuggets, and that's what you have to put forth to journalists, to your CVP, and to BTC, so we can take that and push it out there. Experiential travel is very big. You know, yes, I can go and I can do a lovely wine tasting and I can have a wonderful time, but what if there was a package where I got to spend the day and be a winemaker, and I got to make my own wine and design my own label and take, you know, a case of it home and serve it to my friends and say, well, yes, I do know, you know, how to make a Chardonnay. That's the kind of thing that travelers want, and that editors want, because that's the type of thing that helps people read their publications. Another thing that we're seeing a lot of requests for are items made in Virginia. You know, Southern Living has an entire section dedicated to made in the South. And so we're always looking for, you know, handmade soaps, or somebody who makes their own shampoo, or incredible, you know, lamb's fleece skin, you know, something that is like a one of a kind. You can only get it here. It's handmade by this person. That is something that we're always trying to track. We will use those things for gifts that we send to journalists that we've met with, but also we'll pitch those story ideas, because who hasn't, you know, seen something in a magazine or seen something on a website, or was watching Rachel Ray and you saw this incredible thing. Not only did you want to buy it, you hopefully wanted to go and see where it was made. And so that's why we're pushing things that are made in Virginia with love. And then packages. And I can't remember what my next slide is, but Dave and I are going to get into packages, because not only are packages hugely important on virginia.org, travel editors, it's one of the #1 requests that I get. And there are entire publications dedicated to travel packages and deals. There's an entire column in Washington Post dedicated to, you know, what's the deal. We are pushing out travel packages on a monthly basis through news releases, through value blasts, but also on Facebook and Twitter. So we're going to talk really quickly about packages. The best way to stay connected with BTC, so we know all of your great information, is first and foremost, make sure you're connected with Loudon CBB. They're our #1 first point of contact for things in your area. Jeremy and his team are on our PR leads list, and so anytime that I get a lead from a journalist, I type out an email to our CDBs That goes out to them, and then it goes out to destinations across the state. You can connect with us on Twitter and Facebook. If you want to put me and my staff on your news release list, we welcome that. And I have my contact information in here. And also our press room is vatravelstories.com, and all of our contact information is on there, and I would encourage you to put us on your news release list. And images, we are constantly looking for high quality dynamic images at VTC. It goes out to media, it goes on the website, and chances are it could go on the travel guide. So if you have high resolution quality images, let us know. So I'm just going to talk really quickly about packages, because honestly, it's one of the most important things that you are able to do. There are several different types of packages that destinations, attractions can create. One is event specific. This would be an example of the upcoming Wine Country Half Marathon. It's an event that's happening. Build a creative package around it. It doesn't necessarily have to be, it's all about value, and values in terms of different ways. It could be a discount, absolutely, but it also could be added amenity or a special bonus that they get to make the package even more valuable. There's evergreen. This is things like family fun packages, wine country touring packages. These are things that could be good for the entire year, and you can post on virginia.org and we can mark it throughout the year. That being said, I would also say you can consider, if you have like a slow season or slow days of the week, create a package to fill that need for you, like hot and funky Thursday night stays in Loudon, or you know, weekends where it's traditionally a slow time. Come up with a really creative package to help you fill those rooms during that time. Themed or season, so of course summer, fall, spring. And then receptive operators, there are companies that will work with destinations to build and sell these through group tour travel. And just kind of real quickly, packaging 101, the you know, key elements of a package. Lodging. Could be one night, could be 2 nights, could be a weekend, could be a week. An amenity, an added value. So what does this mean? It could be you know, free breakfast, okay, a free dinner, or you know, a free Virginia wine history book, or something that ties into the theme or whatever you're trying to promote. It could be something for children, like a welcome basket for kids with like brand new toys and bubble bath and a rubber ducky, or just anything that really kind of is like, wow, this is really interesting, sets it apart and ties into the theme. There's also usually a partnership offering. For example, there's the Musée National Picasso is bringing its exhibit to the Virginia Museum of Fine Arts in February. Virginia will be one of only 7 places in the world, only 3 places in the country, and the only location on the East Coast that's going to host this internationally renowned exhibit. And so we work with hotels throughout Richmond to develop travel packages. And so every one of the travel packages, they all are different. They all have different price points, but every single one of them includes tickets to the exhibit. So if you have special events coming on, or you have you know, museums that you want to connect with and work with, the tickets obviously have to be a part of that. Pricing, it really is up to you, but there definitely should be a value or perceived value, and like I said, that can happen through the added value. And I get a lot of questions about how does it work, and I don't do this because, you know, I don't have a hotel or a museum, but what people have told us is that typically it is the lodging partner who manages the transaction. And so they work with the museum or whomever they're trying to loop into the package. They kind of purchase, you know, hopefully they get a discount on things, and then they are the, they see the transaction.